All right, here's my diesel mini bike. The other day I came out, it's been cold, and I was hearing the monitor of my battery. I don't know if you could see that, but it was beeping, and it said, had a caution arrow on it, and then I smelled electrical, so I disconnected the battery right away. And I started looking around, and my voltage regulator on the back side looks like one of the wires like melted off, like it shorted out internally and cracked, so that's no good. So I ordered a new one. Checked my wiring, and I'm going to install this. I also didn't like the way that I had it wired in. I just kind of had butt connectors jammed into there. So I found a piece off of a lawnmower stator, and I put that in there, so at least it'll be a cleaner connection. I also have a twist grip to change out and where we work my throttle and return spring. This is all hodgepodge together. I just have that climped together, and there's no guards, minimal, and it looks kind of dangerous. So I'd like it to be one piece. So I got this all aluminum doodad with a bearing on it, and then I got a one-piece cable that goes down to the end. So I'm going to install those two things today. So let's get to it. Now, this is the broken, dirty voltage regulator, right? Now, if you've never hooked one of these up before, all right, these cables right here take your AC current from the engine, so you need a coil, right? The coil is going to come out and put AC current. The AC current is going to come into these two wires, all right? And then it's going to regulate it or rectify it, right? So it's going to turn that wave, I believe, don't quote me, but it's going to turn it into a square wave at 12 volts. And that 12 volts is going to come out, and you can use that to charge the battery. It's going to regulate it. I think it's more like 12 to 14. I think there's a range on it. Don't quote me, I'm an electrical engineer, but this wire right here is going to connect to your battery to provide charging. If you were just to hook up the wires that went in here from your engine, it could overcharge your battery and fry it. So you need one of these to reduce it, regulate it, or rectify it. So now, like I said, these wires come from my engine. That's the AC current. I'm going to take, if I can find it, this connector right here. I'm going to connect these two together, preferably on the inside of here. And they should snap together. Nice tight fit. Make a nice solid connection there. All right, so I got those two connected. And then I need to connect this power wire right here to this power wire that I have over here. Let's see if I can get that in the frame. Well, it's back here. I got tape around it, and it's just a spade connector. So I'm going to connect that spade connector and jam it in there, and then I will tape it up, and that will provide charge to my battery. All right, so let's move on to my throttle cable. And my twist grip. So my throttle cable, you're gonna do this right here. There's one on that side. Close. And then this comes out. It's two pieces. All right. Then I got my throttle cable, right? I got it ran through there and threaded. I'm going to take this piece off. And this is just plastic, so you don't want to over torque it. Be too rough with it. There's a little spacer here. Get those out the way it came on. Okay. And then maybe I'll get this wheel off of here. Maybe. There we go. And then the wheel and the bearing comes out of there. So now I can take this cable, run that barb through there. Hopefully this barb fits through there. So that's as much as I need. And then I'm going to put it through here, like so. Take one of these. Of course. It's always something. We got too much here. Try to hold that there. We can hold it up out of the way like that. Yeah, we'll do that. So I think I can feed it through there. And it went this way. And then I'll feed this around through there. Nope, I won't. It's a nice tight fit. All right. So now I'm going to put this on here. There we go. And then run that through there. So now it's on the bearing and the wheel. And then I'll take this that I got a bunch of dust on. It's a piece of plastic. I'll put it on there. Maybe. Remember, don't go too tight because you'll crack this plastic. But you don't want it to rattle loose, so get it snug, and that's about all I'm comfortable with right there. Looks like it moves. All right, got the maximum slack there. And then this here, it's gonna go like that. So when I grip it, it's gonna go this way. So I want the most thorough. So I'm gonna try to put this, maybe, in here. Might have to shave off that aluminum a little bit. It's really sharp and it's binding. Try that guy. Oh, might have to notch that out of here. Yeah, there's rough metal in there. I don't know if you can see it, if I can get the camera to focus. But there's rough fragments of metal in there. See them? Didn't do a very good job machining, so I'll get a file and I'll clean that up. And then I'll see if I can get this in there. A little bit of filing. Got that loose, and then it snapped right in. So I got it in there now. So now I'll reassemble it. Maybe. Well, I got that in there. And there's a little lip that the handle sits on. Hold it down there. Make sure you put this on there the right way. All right, now it's in there. Don't want anything to move. And then just secure the bolts. And I'll try to run this and put this on the bike. I have to re-engineer the throttle. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on. I have to re-engineer the little wing on the throttle for my fuel. The way that it grabs this cable is going to be different. I did it on my drift trike. And I'll try to show you guys what I'm talking about. But let me reassemble this real quick. And then we'll see what it looks like. Well, you don't want to strip these, so make sure they're square. All right. So now it's in there. Looks like it moves. Oh, let's see. Looks like it works there. And then, vroom, vroom, vroom. So you get the hint, or the point, so. So it works. Let's put this on the bike. All right, well, I was mocking everything up for my throttle, my twist grip, and my cable's too short. I got a 48-inch twist grip, and it's about a couple inches too short, so I ordered another one, which is about 6 foot, so now I have way too much, which is better than not having enough. I could deal with that. And it has two right angle grips, and hopefully this thread pitch matches on the twist grip. So I'm gonna assemble that and see what it looks like. All right, so now we're back here at the back of the bike. Try to get to focus. All right, and here's my Mickey Mouse throttle assembly. This is the throttle wing that controls the fuel, okay? This needs to come all the way up to give you fuel, all right? So I have the throttle cable coming in, pulling on this wing. This wing lifts up and it's attached to this spring. This spring comes up and brings it up, and then this is grounded to this green rod, right? Or secured to it. So then it all functions together, but it is a little sloppy, all right? And I don't like the angle that this throttle cable comes in. So I'm gonna try to simplify it, make the new throttle cable come straight down to this wing, secure it off this bolt, make a bracket, and then have it come up. And then I'm gonna grab the bottom of this throttle wing and then put a spring to another bracket over here that I can adjust for tension on my throttle. So I'm gonna get to that. Get rid of this Mickey Mouse crap. Oh, I got this piece of flat stock that I had left over. I'm gonna drill a hole here, and then I'm gonna bend it, and then cut off the extra, and see how that goes. And that should be a nice mounting for my cable. And then I just have to, with the extra, I think I'll make drill a hole in it so I can go from to make a return spring on the other bolt. So we'll see how that looks. So let's bend it. Well, it's a little off center. Let's see if I can find it. Where is it? A little off center, but hey, as long as the cable fits through there. This one's center, this one's not. We'll see. Alright, well, since this hole is to this side, I'm going to come in at like a 45 and put in this hole to run the cable so I can run that through there. I don't want to cause any weakness over here on this side. So I'm gonna cut that. All right, so I cut that little hole like a 45. I think I can run the cable through there. Let's see if it fits. Well, guess we'll have to file that out a little bit. It looks like it fits through there though. That's nice. Let me file that out a little bit. It looks like if I can get it all the way down, it looks like it'll work. It just has to get down to that tang down there. I can even cock it so it'll come up. Just gotta make sure it doesn't interfere down here. I might have to cut a little bit shorter. So let's see if I can get in there without messing up the view here. So this needs to come up. Yeah, that'll be fun. And I can make that a little bit shorter too at the bottom. So I'll mark that, I'll cut that, and I'll get rid of this extra tang here too. And I'll widen up this hole a little bit so I can sink this all the way down so I can have some sort of adjustability. So I'll do that and I'll get back to you. All right, well, I got that in there and I had to flip it around. I got it at 90 degree and I got it tight. I have to cut that little rubber boot in there. And I have 2 return springs because 2 are better than none or 1. The return spring, I have 1 up here on that little bracket. And then the other one I have attached to a bolt that I've welded over here. So this one up here is adjustable and that one is stationary. But I'm gonna cut that little boot off and then I'll set you up so you guys can see it move. It spins real nice. So all that's left is to start it up and see if I have better throttle response. Let me get this thing up on jack stands and get rid of that little rubber boot. And then we'll see what happens. All right, well, I got to check my voltage regulator too. And I'm going to start this thing. It's cold outside, so I'm not going to ride it, but I'm just going to give it a test. I got to zip tie all of my stuff, and I'll make sure the throttle doesn't stick. So I've got the back tire lifted up off the ground, and it's sitting on jack stands. So I'm not going to run it long, but I'm just going to make sure I have throttle response. All right, here we go. Looks like it works. Looks like I'll have to charge the battery too, but it was definitely charging. I'll hit it with a multimeter just to double check when I saw my regulator changing. But yeah, that charges it up. It looks like I have wide open throttle. I guess I'll smooth out the edges right there and shorten that up so it doesn't get in the way. And then, yeah, should be good to go. I'll take it for a test drive once it starts warming up. Looks like spring's in the air. That concludes my video. Thanks for watching.